Hi, my name is Husnu Kabaoğlu. My student ID number is S3332613. This presentation is Deinstitutionalization and Community Mental Health Care, Progress, Stigma, and Access in the UK. This was prepared individually as I was not able to join a group by the deadline, and I informed the module leader in advance. Around 1 in 4 adults in England experience a mental health problem each year. So, how care is delivered matters enormously for over a century. UK mental health care was dominated by large psychiatric hospitals from the 1980s. Policy shift toward care in the community, driven by rising institutional cost, concerns about poor conditions, and new psychiatric medication. This became law with the National Health Service and Community Care Act 1990. Today, the system runs through GPs and talking therapy services at primary level, community mental health teams and crisis teams in the community, with hospital admissions reversed for the most acute cases. But I want to focus on the three critical issues with how this transition has actually played out. First, stigma, despite decades of campaigns, stigma remains a top barrier to seeking help and intersects with ethnicity, gender, and age. Strikingly, recent research has found UK public attitudes to mental health getting worse, no better, and underfunded services sent a message that mental health isn't priority, which reinforces that stigma. Second, unical access in 2025, around 1.7 million people in England were on mental health waiting list, with over 35,000 young people waiting more than 2 years. People from deprived areas and ethnic minority backgrounds face different wait times and higher rates of compulsory treatment. Community care only works if community researchers actually exist, and the evidence shows they haven't been equally distributed. Third, under researching as early as 1971, planners expected the complete closures of mental hospitals within 15 to 20 years. Faster than community alternatives were built, critics argue deinstitutionalization was driven partly by cost cutting and local authority funding cuts since 2010 have placed fortress state on services. Uh, those three issues reinforce each other. Underfunding drives long waits. Long waits reinforce stigma, and stigma reduces early help seeking, increasing pressure on crisis services. For practice, this means social workers must actively advocate for service users navigating long ways, while community mental health nurses bound by the NMC code often become the one constant point of contact holding the system together while someone waits for specialist treatment. So, has community care actually improved things? Both it was the right direction in principle, but stigma, unequal access, and under researching mean its promise remaining only partly fulfilled in the UK. Closing that gap needs sustained investment, not just policy intent. Thank you for watching and listening.